Hi Kelly, how you going? Here's a brief tutorial on what I do when I go in to update font options or pendants or add anything else like that. So as I'm sure you will have probably explored in the back end before, when we edit any of the global options, so that means so not on a per product basis, so it's across the whole website. And you can select which products or categories it applies to. So we're going, clicking into the side option here, TM Global Extra Product Options. So as you can see, there's lots from all of the different ones that we've built over the time. So I actually went in and did the first one for the font before I remembered that I needed to record it, but that's okay because there's plenty that need updating. But I will just go in and show you. So to edit any of them, we're just hovering over and clicking edit. So this is the base font option. So this one is on obviously a majority of products, and there's no other options in the group, so it's just font. So the reason why it can be a bit time consuming when you add a new font is because there's actually I think about 7 or 8 that we need to update here, and on some of those as well we need to update them numerous times. So for example, the options where they can add an extra pendant and then an extra one again, so it can be a bit time consuming when you have to add in those extra fonts quite a number of times. But so how we do it is we just hover over and click edit and wait for that to open up. And as you can see, it's radio buttons. So we select radio buttons on product options where the user can only have one option. So yeah, you wouldn't have checkboxes because then it'd be confusing. They could select 3 different fonts and you'd be like, okay, so which one do you actually want? So we force radio buttons so that they have to choose one. So again, we're just hovering over and we're clicking on the pencil icon to edit. There's lots and lots of options in here that you don't need to worry about. A lot of them in regards to the layout. Of course, you know, you're welcome to go through this and have a play if you want to, but yeah, I've set it all up so that hopefully you don't need to. So what you will need to worry about is adding the actual options themselves. Now, the other part of it is that, of course, when I add in a font option, I do Photoshop the image, zoom it in on the font, make them all sort of around about the same size, just so that it all looks uniform. And I actually upload 2 options, 2 versions of the image. So one is just the clear as is image, and then the other one is for when they click on that option and it's selected, and that's got an overlay and the tick. So that's just to make it clear to the customer that yes, that's the one that they have chosen. So I have done that in Photoshop. I do that each time a new option is added. So I suppose that's the only thing that would prevent you, I guess, from adding them yourself in the same way, unless I give you the Photoshop file, which of course I can. Just depends what you're comfortable doing. Okay, so if we scroll down the bottom, you can see those new fonts that I've added here. So these 3 here, and so I've just put in the title and that first image, the selected image, and then that's it. So that in itself doesn't take a lot of time, but obviously when you're doing it several times, it can just get a little bit tedious. So I'll go into the next one where it needs to be added so you can see actually how it's done. So we'll just go update, even though I didn't make any changes then. And then we'll just click back over into the side panel to go to the main list of options. Okay, so I've made a list before I started this on which one of these actually do need to be edited, which ones will have the font option in them as well. So the next one on the list that I've got here is pendants. Okay, so we'll need to edit that one. Okay, so there's lots of options here and a few different places where we need to change those fonts. So in order to keep it all uniform, these ones actually are checkboxes, but I believe I've limited it to one. Only one can be selected. So obviously you can see the titles here, so you'll see which one is font. So we'll hover over and we'll click edit on that one. And yeah, here we go. So we've got limit selection to 1. So basically, if you are using a checkbox, that's the other way of doing it. If you didn't want to use a radio button for whatever reason. So you can use checkboxes if you do limit the selection to 1. Okay, so here we've got all the fonts, and we need to add those 3 new ones. So we're just going add item. Okay, and we're going upload image. We'll start off with that one. What I might actually do, it's a good idea if you, in a new tab, once you've done it once, if you open up the original, so that then you can just go across and copy and paste and make sure that it's all in the same order. Okay, so we'll just go on the title, we'll just go Control-C for copy, and we'll open up the other one again. Okay, and we'll paste in that title there. Okay, and then we'll upload that second image, which was this one. And then we'll add another one, go back over to that other tab, copy, paste. Images, back over, mixed font. So for this one, I've just got a little description on hover, which is just that little with recommended fonts. So I think that was probably the best way to word it. Okay, so that's it. So that's how you add in those extra options. So we click update, and then we just check further down the form, and as you can see, there we go. For extra small pendant, we've got another one. So I have to do exactly that same thing again. Okay, so you need to do that in every single instance of fonts. I will send you a list of, so that you don't have to individually go into each group. I'll send you a list of the ones that do have the font option in there that will need to be updated. But yeah, I'll end this video here, and then I'll start another one if I find something else to show you on how to add options. But yeah, so now I'll just go through and I will be updating all of them. So in this one, I think I've got another 3 to do, and then I've got to do the fonts for the washer pendant, petite, pretty pendant, close to heart pendant, extra long and lean pendant, heart pendant only, and can't read my own handwriting. Yeah, there's another couple there. Okay, so that's how we update fonts. All right, talk to you soon.